It's largely to my father that I owe my commitment to birdwatching. He was a physician, cardiologist to be precise, and like most scientists, although we lived in the heart of London, he took a lively interest in all branches of natural history. In particular, he was a good amateur botanist. So during the summer holidays, beginning when I was a boy of only 5 or 6 years old, he used to take me out for walks in the countryside, telling me to shut my mouth and open my eyes and ears. It was excellent training in observation, and I was soon hooked. When in 1945 I was ordained into the pastoral ministry of the Church of England, I returned to London, and I was surprised to discover that birdwatching was possible even there. Winter visiting duck patronized the reservoirs which supply Londoners with their water, and the royal parks harbour many species in both summer and winter. In addition, London's bombed buildings provided birds with excellent feeding and nesting sites. Kestrels hunted for mice in the war-torn ruins and reared their young on the ledges of precipitous walls. Black redstarts availed themselves of convenient holes in which to nest. And while I was serving Holy Communion early on Sunday mornings in All Souls Church, and there was no roar of traffic, I could distinctly hear the black redstart's rasping song while it perched on the top of Broadcasting House next door, the headquarters of the BBC. 10 years or so later, I began to travel overseas, to lecture and to preach. And of course, I took my binoculars with me. For the truth is that there are birds everywhere. The widely accepted estimate is that there are about 9,000 different species in the world. They occur in every zone and every terrain, from arid desert to tropical rainforest, in town and country, and from the Arctic to the Antarctic. Moreover, the variety of birds, in size and shape, plumage and diet, habits and habitat, is truly astonishing. Take size and weight as an example. The tiniest bird is the bee hummingbird, which is endemic to Cuba. From the tip of its beak to the tip of its tail, it's 2.25 inches long, and without beak or tail, only 1 inch. When it flies, it is easily mistaken for an insect. In fact, I have myself watched a toady in the Caribbean chasing a diminutive hummingbird under the illusion that it was an insect, suddenly giving up the chase when it realized that its prey was a bird and not a bee. The bee hummingbird weighs 0.056 ounces, whereas a flightless ostrich can weigh up to 200 kilograms or 30 stone. The largest flying bird in the world is the wandering albatross. Its wingspan averages about 12 feet. Roger Torrey Peterson, who in his prime was the leading American birdwatcher and who died in 1996, claimed after a long lifetime of observing that he'd seen about 4,500 species, just over half. Peter Winter, however, in his book, The Adventures of a Birdwatcher, describes his nearly 100 expeditions, which took him to all 6 continents and led to sightings of 7,208 species. But I believe the record was held by Phoebe Snetzinger, whose tally before she died recently was more than 8,000. For myself, although I've had the privilege of traveling in many countries and habitats, I reckon I've seen only about 2,500 species. At all events, only one person has seen them all, and that, of course, is God himself, their creator. "Let birds fly above the earth," he commanded, "across the expanse of the sky." So God created every winged bird according to its kind, and God saw that it was good. Genesis 1, verses 20 and 21. In consequence, God is able to claim, "I know all the birds of the air, and the creatures of the field are mine." Psalm 50, verse 11, literally. More than that, since Jesus said that not a single sparrow falls to the ground without the knowledge of God, he must know not only every species of bird, but every